Now, what the hell did you guys just say about Zentreya going indie? Where is that? Where the hell is that? On July 11th. Wait, let me swap screens. Sorry, you guys can see this. Browser. Now this... Now, I don't want to say this is reason for concern. I don't want to go out and start rumors and allegations and whatnot. But this is our third VShojo graduation, if I'm not wrong. In a quick succession. First we had Madara, just 2 days ago, I think. Maybe 3. We had Giga, and now we have Zentreya. What is going on? And especially Zen, who has done so much. Like, as well as Madara and Giga. For some reason, some people are blaming Iron Mouse. We'll look into that. On July 11th, I will be leaving VShojo for new opportunities and a new adventure. My time here was long, and I had many fun moments. It will feel like the end of the world, but know that I will always be here for all of you. Nothing will change other than where I am currently at. Thank you to VShojo for many years and memories. Sadly, times change and paths change, and I decided I want to follow my own path and do new things in life. I hope you all will continue to follow me on this adventure. I know change is scary. It's scary things to see something. It's a scary thing to see something you saw grow change. But that is how life goes. We all take this walk eventually, so let's go on this adventure together. Thank you for all your continued support. And even if this is where your stop is, then thank you regardless and best wishes to VShojo. Depending on how contracts are structured, when you're big enough at one point, agency could only be a hindrance. Even if there's drama, they are handling it professionally behind the curtains. I think this is crazy. All of this is just support. Did VShojo themselves make a post about it yet? Dear community members, we would like to share that Zentreya will be parting ways with VShojo as of July 11th, 2025. Zen has truly shaped VShojo, being one of our original members since 2020, from communicating with a notepad on a stream to Zen's current TTS setup. It's amazing to see how far things have come. Among her many talents has been bringing together VShojo and non-VShojo members alike for collaborations, helping to drive inclusivity among creators. Given how Zen's contributions to VShojo and the community as a whole have made a lasting impact, we're sincerely thankful for our time working together. Zen will keep her IP and we wish her the best on the next leg of her journey. Any merch on the website will still be available for purchase until July 11th, 2025, 5 PM PT. Thank you for your understanding and continued support. Sincerely, VShojo team. This? I don't know what you think, guys. At least you keep her IP. Yeah, that's kind of given with VShojo. People always keep their IPs when they leave. Happened with Nyanas, happened with Silvervale, happened with Madara, with Giga, and now Zen. She said in the stream that some of the bigger things she wants to do, some of those things they can't do. That's what all three have said. That's what all three have said. And yes, Giga as well is graduating, as you can see here. As of June 27th, I'm terminating my contract with VShojo and will be an independent creator once again. This decision took a long time to come to terms with, but it is definitely the best choice for my future. I love my members in VShojo more than I could ever say, and I will always be their friend and support. There's no world where I want to be without them, both as a creator and as a person, and that is something that doesn't require a contract with an agency to still hold true. I personally think this is great. Let her reclaim her own freedom. Now the thing with VShojo though is, right, from what we know anyway, is that VShojo gives people a lot of freedom. I wonder if their contracts had come to a point now, like it would have come to a contract renewal, and the new contract that VShojo would have been offering them would have not been to their liking. But they changed some things in it, because rapid changes after another. Now, I do wanna hope that it's coincidence, and that as humans, as always, we are wired to see patterns. It's a survival instinct and bullshit. You know it, but you never know. We don't know, because there's NDAs, and yeah. Didn't Giga only join last year? I believe she joined 2023? Maybe 2022, but she's been a part of it for a while now. It's a little like VShojo's falling apart. But at least it seems to not be crashing and burning, just parting of ways. It's been, what, 5 years? That's a decent length for a contract. I don't know. I just don't know. I know Giga just uploaded a video on her YouTube channel about her leaving. So we might just go and watch that. Oh, she's live right now. Oh, Zen's live.
The last thing I ever want to do is make you guys sad, you know?
How long has she been live for? An hour and 50 minutes. And like, we got the announcement like, what, 15 minutes ago? So she probably talked about it like 15 minutes ago.
I will be leaving VShojo.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. Like, a lot of people in the chat are going like, oh.
For new opportunities down the road. It has been a tremendous few years.
Like, a lot of them are going like, oh.
It has been a very tremendous few years on this journey.
She's been amazing for what she's done for VTubing.
I had, you know, a lot of memories with this agency.
Like, she's done so much for VShojo, for VTubing, for her friends.
No, despite every up and down, I think.
Like, she generally is an amazing person. Like, I'm not gonna lie, at the start, like, I had no idea who Zen was, right? Like, when I was a fucking VTuber noob, someone who didn't know anything about VTubers. And, like, one of her models, to me, seemed like straight up just fucking Guna paint. Like, the one with just, like, bodysuit and huge badonkadonks. But, I digress. She actually is an amazing person. Like, which one? The one that looks futuristic. The Cyber Zen one. Yeah. The huge badonkadonks. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? My bad. the Cyber Zen. I really do wonder what she wants to do, though. Like, is she gonna go indie? Is she going to another company? Or did she say she's gonna go indie? She just said she's leaving VShojo from
For me,
what I heard
this was a personal thing I needed to do. There are things that I personally want to do myself and,
I think just indie? Alright. She's starting a metal band? She would be able to start a band, I think, though.
It is a talent agency, and I think in the long run what I want to do isn't some things that they can do exactly, which they've been so helpful with a lot of things as well. But in the end, I want to do new things. I want to explore new options. I think, you know, like throughout all these years I've gotten to really understand what it means to be a VTuber.
I think VTubing is amazing. That it gives people like me, like Zen, like anyone, the opportunity to still be a streamer, to still help people, to still be an entertainer. Like, genuinely, VTubing is amazing in that way. Because for whatever reasons, right? Like, it may be privacy reasons, may it whatever else reasons it is. Zen is using a TTS model, like a TTS version. She isn't using her own voice. But thanks to VTubing, there's still a character that people are able to relate to. Because imagine if it was just like an empty screen, right? Like, imagine if it was just gameplay in TTS. Most people would just be clicking off because that seems weird. But VTubing still lets you be able to connect to these people. People are worried about VShojo, but I honestly think that once you get to a certain size, the agency restricts what you can really do. Now, we don't know what the contracts entails. We're gonna look at this still a little bit, and then we're gonna look at the Giga stuff, like the Giga video. I watched a little bit of the VOD stuff from Giga, but she just uploaded a video on her main channel today too.
And I think I finally understood like what my goal is and what I wanted to do.
I really do wonder what she wants to do though. Like, I'm very interested to see.
I am not graduating.
Like, I know she loves helping people, and she made so many posts and so many efforts to help so many indie people. Maybe that's just what she wants to do. Maybe she wants to just, I don't know, make her own little group, like not really like an agency or anything, but just like help more people. Who knows? Who knows?
If I am not, I am literally still gonna be staying here. But I'm going to be exploring new pathways and new opportunities. I will of course be keeping my IP.
I do wonder how VShojo would limit you though, in a way that both... Like, what Giga said, I think, is mainly Giga just wants to be able to control what's going on in her channel herself. Like, on the surface, at least it seemed that way. Because she was indie before, she handled it all before, and she's going back to in the end. Giga is the kind of person that loves organizing stuff and loves being in... not in control, but like being the organizer of things. Brand identity, maybe? No, I don't think that relates to this at all. Hanya, Satayo? Yeah.
Everything you see here right now is me. Of course I'm keeping that. But yeah, I mean, this is scary for me. I've always been trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I mean, as you guys know, you guys have trying to... I've been trying to figure out what I've wanted to do for so long.
When you're under contract, what you do affects the agency as well, so anything that they might feel as a negative to their brand, they probably have say in stopping it from happening. Okay, but here's the thing. Well, Michi Mochi, right, joined VShojo. Like, I watched videos about that, like her talking about it. She was talking to her manager, and since she came from Nichi Sanji, right, she knew how restricting a company can be. And VShojo, they literally told her, do whatever the fuck you want to. You can say whatever you want to, you can do whatever you want to, you're in control. VShojo's quite loose with rules. They are quite loose. Also, Iron Mouse herself said VShojo let you do whatever you want. Maybe it's more like brand deals that they do want to pursue. Isn't Mel part of VShojo? Melody? Yeah. Melody is basically founding member. She basically created it alongside... Oh, what's his name? I forgot his name. Like, things she wants to do might not be an image VShojo wants to present. Maybe. But going from an extremely controlling company to a slightly restrictive company feels like being completely free. Okay, Gunrun? Yeah, Gunrun. However you pronounce it, that guy. Yeah. It's the first time she tastes of freedom and content. Yeah, okay, but also Mousy has said that they just let you do whatever you want.
It's kind of like what you do in your life where you graduate from college and you need to make a decision. You know, like you're about to graduate. You got to make your decisions.
It's really sad to see her go from VShojo. And yes, this is going to be a huge loss for
I think I'm at that point
VShojo.
where I do want to figure out what pathway now, but I want to choose if now that this is open, I can figure out what I really want to do here.
Maybe she wants to do other things than just VTubing, right? That would be my guess, because that's, like, from what I heard, that's what Madara's issue is, that she had some, like, deals, some contracts that she wanted to pursue, like, in, like, what was it? Some Hollywood stuff, I'm not even entirely sure, but, like, some big shit, right? But because she's contracted with VShojo, she wouldn't be able to do that, so she left the company because of that. Also, can I just say I love the art style of her model. The art style is so good. Is that a Nanolist model? It might be. I think Nanolist had one of her models.
I know this is kind of just a you know what the fuck moment, but at the
yeah,
same time...
Nanolist. Looks very Nanolist.
Things in life happen. That is how life goes. Things change within our life and we learn to roll with it.
People like Giga and Zen seem to be really ambitious, so anything that may hinder them, especially how they've grown, may look like it not being worth it anymore. Yeah.
And I mean, from my perspective, it's such a blessed opportunity that I get to still be here keeping my EP keep. I get to explore the landscape with you guys still. I get to keep my identity ig. I get to still explore this landscape with you guys. It's almost like nothing's gonna change at all. I'm not going anywhere.
Everyone should pursue what they want in life. We as fans should only support and cheer her on. Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. Like, this is what she wants to do. And guaranteed she's gonna keep the same viewer base. People don't just watch her because she's in VShojo. And if there are people like that, they're shallow as fuck and didn't matter to begin with.
I am going to still be here today. I will be here tomorrow. I will be here for the rest of the year and the year after that until I can't keep going anymore. That's the journey. You keep going till you can't go anymore, you know. Thus is the journey of life. We just go out and we explore new opportunities for ourselves. I can't say that I was fucking terrified. I honestly... I dreaded it. Not exactly something to...
I wonder how long she was thinking, like how long this has been in the works, right? I do wonder.
Not an easy decision because you know you grow with something you never want to leave. It's like being at home, but sometimes things change and you need to make a decision. And you need to do what is best for yourself.
I've always had a huge appreciation for Zen.
Same.
She's been our absolute trooper for the company, whether it was joining or creating events for the company.
Yeah,
Helping
absolutely.
out tons of other streamers and VTubers get attention or make new friends. Plus the amount of support she has for VTuber model makers for both 2D and 3D. I know I love her very revealing models to stuff like Gecko Zen. At least she left on hopefully good terms. She's a total sweetheart.
She is. How dense do you have to be to watch someone not for their content but for the corpus they're under? No, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, if someone is watching her just because they're in VShojo, they're meaningless. They don't matter. They're shallow and you shouldn't even care to begin with about them. You're talking about Giga leaving?
So in the end, I'm here to stay.
But right now, Zen is leaving VShojo.
I will continue to do charities. I will continue to do amazing and fun collabs with my friends. I will continue to do my best to support the indie VTuber scene as well as other friends too who need help.
Like, I wonder if that's why, like I said, if she just wanted to do like more of that, and like VShojo were like, no, you gotta focus more on yourself instead. But like, she wanted to help like other people outside of VShojo more, and, like want to do more charities. Maybe. Like, obviously speculations aren't gonna help us more, but I'm a curious bitch.
That will always still and be my #1 priority. And I know this kind of seems really scary. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Everything is fine. You take a deep breath. I'm still here.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It will absolutely be fine. The only person, right? The only party that's taking a hit from this is VShojo. Because even if everything is absolutely squeaky clean and fine, people are always going to be speculating because 3 of their big creators leaving in quick succession is just not a good image. It just isn't. Now, I do want to believe in VShojo and I do want to believe what they're all saying, but there's always going to be people that are going to be skeptic about it, and it's understandable. If Arimos decides to leave them later, it's over for them. If Arimos leaves, VShojo is done. Oh no! I clicked off. This is where we were good.
I'm still here.
I just read Giga is also leaving? Yeah, Giga is also reading.
And,
Yeah.
and you know how this goes is just... We just keep going together.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a Pirate's video about Gura and what the skits were pondering. Yeah, they were like thinking, Gura's pregnant! And all that stuff.
So thank you guys, seriously, for being here and listening to me. Just get all this out of the open here. I don't want to dwell on it too much because I'm not somebody who wants to just... I don't want to dwell on sad moments here.
Yeah.
I want to just continue on with the happy moments, you know?
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Hitsu by VShojo? Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So think of this as a new pathway, a new opportunity where I get to go out and figure out what to do.
3 of
We're
the
leaving
oldest
house and
HS
we're going
people
to go
just
out
left.
exploring now.
Oh. I think that one's definitely
Thank you,
coincidence.
Shojo.
Pergan? I don't
But
think
it is
she's
time for me
pregnant.
to spread my wings
Oh.
and fly, as they would say.
No, I think she just wants to pursue other things.
And I am very excited for what the future holds. Okay, holy my anxiety. I hope that was okay to say all that.
Thank you for the Gamer Subs purchase. Thank you.
Honestly, I do understand if you know, hey, you're not part of this agency anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and...
Yeah, those people don't
You
even
know I'm going
matter.
to go support the others now. I get that.
No. I don't think VShojo ever created an
And you should
environment
do
like
exactly
that.
Whatever you want to do, you should do it.
Like Nichi Sanji, for example, they did create an environment like that. But I don't
But
think
I want to say
VShojo did.
if you are doing that, thank you for, you know, being a part of the journey with me here, and hopefully we can meet along the way if you ever do decide to come back.
I worry about Haruka now. I'm gonna be honest, I barely know anything about Haruka.
And if
Like,
you are
full
here
on
to
honest.
stay with me for this next adventure, I just want to say thank you very much. I would not be here without your help.
Mm.
In the end, I could not be here without you guys.
She suffers from imposter syndrome? Who does? Haruka? Oh. God, I can relate to that really hard, man. I've been suffering from imposter syndrome and I'm not even at her size, man. Yeah, it's terrible. I feel for her.
Heck of a day, huh? Heck of a week.
I think this was probably about it.
I wish I could have done a lot more with you guys while I was still here in the agency, but hopefully you guys will still want to do some stuff with me here now that I can finally start being able to stretch my legs a little bit and, you know, no more stress. This has been a heck of a lot of things to do behind the scenes here. Hestia.
Interesting. I haven't followed this, but it could be that VShojo recently took on new talent that is controversial and that prompted them to leave. I feel like that is too speculative? Something like that. That word. Yes, they had auditions open. We don't know who is going to join from those auditions. We still don't know when they're going to join. Speculative. Yes, speculative. Could be, of course. I don't know if the girls would know beforehand who's joining. Could be, but I don't think that would be a reason for them to leave, because in the end, VShojo is not a club. It's a talent agency. So they don't need to get along with everyone.
Thank you very much for the love, by the way. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful stream.
VShojo was the one that had beef with Nux. Yeah, that's where VShojo fucked up. They did, but that is way in the past, like 2-3 years ago. Nux joins VShojo, everyone leaves. It's to say, I know Zenit is just using TTS. My guess for privacy reasons. Real talk though, the girls were okay with Nux. They all made up with him. Unfortunately for VShojo, they are both a talent agency and a social club. Because you need to be able to collab with the other members of management once you do. So you have to at least pretend to be cordial to them. Yeah, sure.
I do want to say that VShojo is not at the same state it's been when they started and when the Nux drama fully ran its course. It definitely had its problems, but they have shown that this company has done better for the best, and they have been doing well since they've gotten Henya, Kuro, and Michi. I've had some gripes in the beginning, but I appreciated them more. I would not go full panic mode, but I honestly hope for the best for VShojo and the talents who left in good terms.
Same. I absolutely agree with you. I think this is probably about it, that we caught up to everything that was important here. Let's go and check out what Giga had said in her video that she released today. Cause yeah, I left VShojo 3 hours ago.
I
Michi
am
Kamichi? No.
leaving VShojo. I'm leaving
Michi
VShojo.
mochi.
Sorry if this was a surprise, however, there's literally no way for
I love Giga, by the way. Giga has great advices on things. I watch daily Giga almost every single day.
this to not be a surprise, so, I mean, what can you do? This is a choice I made. This is a choice I had been considering for quite some time. This is a choice I had been thinking about a lot. This was not a quick decision or anything like that. This is something that was a lot of thought. And I want to say I announced this Wednesday, 2 days before the actual leaving date. I want to make sure you know this wasn't announced because it was just decided then or anything like that. This is something that was decided a while back. And
yeah, I was wondering about that, by the way, since Zen's date is quite the stretch, like from when she announced it and when it's happening. And Giga's basically, yeah, okay, I'm leaving, bye.
And then this is just our announcement date and our departure date. There were a few people that saw the announcement and were like, oh my god, this is such short notice. You decided and then you're leaving in 2 days. But no, it was a longer process than that, okay? This is a very sad and upsetting thing for me. At the same time, it's bittersweet because there are a lot of good things that are coming out of this, which is why I made this decision. And I'll talk about, you know, the future and what I can do and etc. so that you understand that. But the way I'm speaking about this is going to be really matter of fact. There's a lot of stuff that I cannot say. Again, I am under or have been under contract, and I am always going to be under NDA, you know, things like that. And there are a lot of legal reasons why I won't be able to go into certain things. So if I can't say something or I can't comment on it, it's okay if you ask, if you go in my chat and you're like, what about this? And I can't say it. I won't just gloss over it. I'll just go, hey, I can't answer that, you know, so you know, because I want to be very, as much as I can be, very open and honest on that. I've gotten to process a lot of this, so I feel very comfortable talking about it and all that. Sorry for not crying in this video or whatever, but again, this is something that has been a long time coming. As far as my members go, there's no world in which I don't want to be in a group with them. From a social perspective, from a personal perspective, I love them so much. But VShojo isn't just a group of some creators and that's it. It's a company. It's a company with staff and all of this. And at the end of the day, if what I want and how I want to do things doesn't align with the company side of things.
There it is. Yeah. Again, that seems to be the reason for all three that are leaving and have left. Like for Madara, for Zentreya, and for Giga.
Things, then my choice is, do I want to work with the company or not, right? It's a business thing. So I want to make that really, really, really clear. The members have nothing to do with this decision other than making leaving really difficult for me because I have so much love for them and I do love being in a group with them. And I want that. However, they're my friends, right? They're my friends. And if I want to do things with them, I can DM them and ask them to do things with me. They can, if they want to be my friend, they
Yeah. From what I know, VShojo members are not restricted in who they collab with. They can collab with indies, no problem, as far as I know.
Can DM me and say, hey, do you want to do this? That is something that has always been the case, something that will always be the case. So just to clarify, because a lot of people did ask, like, oh my god, can you still be with the members, right? Can you still do things with them? Can you still collab? Will you still be? Yeah, I just have to DM them. I don't think it will feel any different from your guys' perspective, but I just want to make that clear because a few people asked. As they said in their tweet, you know, VShojo mentioned I did work a lot internally and externally to promote, improve, move forward.
For example, she did the stamp thingy. You know, when VShojo did the collabing, the stamp rally, whatever they called it, that was Giga's idea. That was Giga's project.
The brand, the company, I absolutely did. And a lot of the stuff that I did is not stuff that you guys would ever see. You would never see the hours put in. The results of these things you wouldn't even see. You know, this is stuff that just was, a lot of it was purely back end. There were some things that didn't get over the finish line that I want to be able to do now, etc. I don't know how to say this other than like, hey man, I put a lot of time in. Sorry it wasn't stuff that you could see, but I really, really, really did. And the good thing that comes out of this with me being independent is a lot of that time that I spent working on something internal is now just my own time that I reclaim, right? It's just my own time that I can use for...
Yeah, maybe she just wanted to focus more on herself in that case. I do believe that that would be the case. Like, Giga tried it out. Like, from what I remember, Giga said she just wanted to see how it is, because you don't know how a company is going to be until you have joined them and experienced them. And I think in her stream she said she just thought it was gonna be more than what it is. Not saying that VShojo isn't doing anything for her or hasn't done anything for her, but I guess she had higher expectations. That sense.
From related business perspective, I find it kinda fascinating, as outsider fairly new to the hobby, how deep-rooted in VTubing community agencies are. Among fleshtubers they change partner groups or agencies all the time, and it's not even something people consider worth making an announcement about, much less do speculations or get invested into. Most people don't even know their favorite fleshtubers belong to an agency.
To be fair, with flashtubers, as people call them, I don't like that word. With face cam streamers. Sure, a lot of them are, for example, partnered with Mythic Talent, but what is Mythic Talent? In the end, they are a talent agency. I know VShojo also advertises themselves as a talent agency, but VShojo is a little bit more than that, as someone earlier in chat said. They're a little bit of a social club too. Like, they do have like a reputation to hold. It's like an agency for VTubing. Mythic, on the other hand, what Mythic does is it gets you brand deals. It doesn't get you collabs from what I know, but it gets you sponsorships and brand deals and that kind of stuff. I don't think they do much more other than that. They can hook you up with people, sure, but you don't have to adhere to certain ways of streaming. They don't control your streaming content, your YouTube content at all.
Example, YouTube videos that I want to do. There were a lot of stream ideas that I had that some of them I kind of did initially and then didn't do for a while. I want to be able to do those. On top of this, you know, so much of what I was doing, like on this channel, for example, I was so focused on the group, pushing forward like good PR. You know, I joined during a year when the group had just lost a bunch of talents, and then one joined, and then it was me. There was still a lot of uncertainty. There were a lot of people just kind of like sitting there like, what's gonna happen, you know? And so my goal was to do positive, good PR realistically, right? And just talk about my experience and talk about a lot of things. And I ended up doing so much of that on my own channel that I felt like, looking back, I went, you know, I really didn't go over a lot of the topical stuff that I wanted to initially before I started, you know, doing a lot of these videos. I don't know, I feel like we still hit some of it and a lot of people really loved a lot of that stuff, but I want to make sure that that is the lion's share of what's being done. So in the future, a lot of the topics that I had, a lot of the ideas for video formats that I had, all of these things, those are all moving forward, which is going to be really nice. I'm excited for that, for the future.
Okay. I feel like VTubing is just going through its own version of what YouTubers did back in the day with management companies. More and more are realizing, chat school, realizing you can just do it yourself without giving up a huge chunk to a middleman. Just a little more work for the streamer, and you don't get the initial boost corporate streamers do. No, I feel like that absolutely too. Yeah. Like, if you remember, what were they called back then? Machinima? Like, how Machinima fucked people over? I think they were called. Yeah, like the Machinimas. Yeah, exactly. With like companies like Niji-sanji, for example. Sure, Niji-sanji has bad actors too, of a lot of bad actors, let's be honest, of talents, but they have a lot of good people too. And those people, after leaving, went indie, and after that, like, they blew up. They were already big, but they got even bigger. And more of those talents that thought the way to VTubing is joining an agency are realizing, wait, you don't need an agency, you can do this on your own, and it's more freedom, it's less restricting, and you literally are your own man. I think it depends entirely on which corporate it is. Holo is still worth to join if you want to perform on a stage, Cleo Mari. and CP gets a significant boost in views of the joining phase. It does depend on what corpo and what you want to do as a person. Because, let's take Hololive for example. Hololive is pushing more and more into the idol aspects compared to from before. At least that's what it feels like to me. Talents were leaving VShojo and are now indie and are becoming indie. Take Ame, take Gogura. They're all just becoming indie now. Why? Because they probably wanted more freedom. Because, as Gura said, differences with management. So it really does depend on what you want to do and what the corpo offers. But you definitely do not need a corporation to be a VTuber.
I come from a background that's like very ultra corporate, working in big companies. So I'm excited to be 100% the owner of all operations, business stuff, setting up communications, how we're gonna do things, etc. I like working with a small team on this. I like very collaborative work, you know, and being able to have their input on it as well. And that's what I'll be able to do as an indie. I feel like that suits me really well. I don't dislike doing things in bigger structures necessarily. I don't hate that. It just, for right now, I think this is what I need. On top of that,
Center, thank you for the 4 months of tier 2 fucking Giga chat. And yes, Gogura as Saba is debuting tomorrow on the 28th. Absolutely correct.
here are things that I can talk about for sure.
That
merch,
was loud?
merch
Sorry.
control and all that, being able to be involved in decision making and doing everything with deciding, you know, I want this, I want that, I want this number of these things. I kind of already did. I was always able to work with who I wanted. I was always able to be very involved, and that's not going to change. Merch will be available. The link to the store will be a different link, and that's probably the only difference you'll feel. Other benefits of doing things myself being indie is like just full control over legal and financial as well. Right? Just
that's
I have
probably
my
one
own
of the big
lawyer.
reasons.
I
Sorry, that's probably one of the big reasons as to why she also left.
hired in for everything financial. I am overseeing 100%. All the information on how everything's going and what status everything's at, aggregated in front of me all the time, is good. Because I'm a streamer, right? I'm a content creator. I need to be the point person on a lot of this for me to function the way I want. Same thing with sponsorships, kind of similar to the merch where, you know, most of the sponsorship stuff.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. For example, VShojo, the VShojo girls, most of them used to have a gamer subs contract. Like there's Iron Mouse gamer subs waifu cups, for fuck's sake. But now they're partnered with what were they called? G Fuel, which is probably G Fuel approached VShojo, so sponsorships will be handed down to you by VShojo. VShojo would be handling your sponsorships. So this way is definitely more freedom in what they can do on their own.
I did myself.
Madara got fired. Madara was let go of, if I'm not wrong. She did phrase it very specifically, but to a degree it was still mutual. I don't think she got fired. I think the way, like, here's my tinfoil hat theory, right? I think the reason why she phrased it in the way she did is because they didn't want to change the contract in the way that she would have liked it to be, because they were restricting her. Because she probably would have wanted to stay with VShojo because she loves VShojo and she loves all the girls and that. My guess is VShojo didn't want to adjust the contract for her to be able to do the thing she wants to do, and that's why she phrased it as in they let her go. That's my guess. I don't think she was fired. I think there were just differences in what they each wanted to achieve.
Anyway, again, you know, a vast majority of sponsorships are things where I have a direct relationship with some company already and that's how I facilitate a lot of this stuff, or, you know, they email me and I just talk to them. As far as events go, I have a lot planned with that too. You'll still see me having a big presence at a lot of conventions, as I always did. We're gonna do walk-arounds, we're gonna do things at booths, we're gonna have meet and greets and all of that. A lot of the ones that I did, you know, with third party anyway, so that's not really gonna change. The only difference is if you go to AX and you see a VShojo booth or something and you see a bunch of faces plastered on the side.
Sure.
My face is not gonna be one of the faces plastered on the side.
Sure.
That's really it. Like, you won't see.
So what I can say is that the management change that happened in May had a lot to do with what is going on in VShojo at the moment. I actually did not know that there was management change. Oh, that's interesting then. That could definitely be related then to all three.
That, but if you turn around and look across the hall, my face will probably be over there. Okay, so last thing, there were a couple of FAQs when I announced on during my stream and on Twitter that I was leaving. There were people asking the same questions over and over, so I wanted to state the answers here just to keep that really clear. I did have my editor grab stuff from my stream and put that.
Is VShojo a private or public company? That actually is a good question, and I actually do not know. Does anyone in chat know? I know that HoloLive went public as far as I know. They're still private? Okay.
On my clips channel, so there is that as well. You may have already seen that, but I just wanted to put it here. Number one, are you graduating? No, this is not a graduation. If anyone's like, what does that mean? Because you don't watch VTubers a lot. That's when a VTuber retires
Giga
their
left?
character.
Yes,
No,
Giga's
this
leaving.
is not that. I'll be streaming as usual. My schedule has not changed at all. I'm still going to be Giga. I've owned all of my channels the whole time. Literally everything I've always owned. Out before, during, and after VShojo, you know, none of that's changing. Are you gonna keep streaming? It's kind of in the same vein. Absolutely yes. Again, my schedule's not changing. That's it. A lot of folks were asking, oh my god, are you gonna be able to collaborate with the VShojo members, and will you? Yeah, absolutely. The members are my friends first and foremost. So again, if we want to collab, they want to collab with me, that's going to happen. That was the way it was before I joined. They invited me to the Minecraft server because I was a friend of theirs. I wasn't even slated to join.
Yeah. Like, she was a friend with the people in VShojo beforehand. Like, she was friends with them already. And then it just kind of made sense for her to also join VShojo. She was already collabing and playing with them.
The group or in talks about joining the group or anything like that. When they asked me to join, they were just like, we like you, you're our friend, join our Minecraft server, you know? And I was allowed to do that. I don't see any reason why things like that can't still happen. Last question that a lot of people had was, oh my god, what's happening to your merch? Because I do have merch stocked and we were just selling it off of the VShojo site, but now the VShojo site for my merch is closing Friday the 27th. It'll be done. You know, if you didn't get to get any of that and you're like, but I really wanted that thing. I don't know exactly what's going to happen yet. We're still talking about it. There's so many back end loose ends still being tied up as far as like small things like that go. I'll let you know when I know, here, Discord, Twitter, everywhere, once I know what's happening with it. But I'm going to be given some options and I'm going to choose, you know, what I feel like doing. If I take the merch myself, I just take it, I just have it. It will just be on a different link and that's it, in its own store. Sure. I might not, I don't know, I'm not sure yet. I probably will, we'll see. I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, I don't really see a reason why she wouldn't like just take over the merch. It's there, it's her IP, like easy. VShojo is not publicly traded as far as I know, but if I recall, they did have a big investors in like 12 million or something back in 2021 or 2022. They are still liable to those investors. Huh.
Hi. Here is my Kitsu tax.
Thank you. Appreciate you. 2025 is what? And it's only June. Oh my god. It is only June. How many graduations, quote unquote, right, did we have? Because technically, in VTubing, it is kind of a graduation. They are leaving VShojo, but they're keeping their IP, so like the term here is a little bit vague. There's not really a term for it. They're just leaving the company and becoming indie, that's all. At the end of the day, VTubing is just another job. Some work for a company, some work for themselves. As if what you want and the company wants clash, someone either concedes or the person leaves their job. It's not something to make cases every single time, but people get too attached to their Oshi and things escalate. Yes, to a degree, right? Like, mostly you're correct. There obviously is a lot of people that are VTubing just as a hobby. But to the people that are content creators as a VTuber as a job, to those people, you're absolutely correct.
That's all. Any updates related to anything in the future, I usually post on Discord first. You can ask questions in Discord, mods will ping me and be like, hey, you know, what about this? So if you want a quick answer to anything, my Discord is the best spot to go to. Twitter, I will inform people. On here in this community tab, I will inform people. I'll just keep it updated. Yeah, if you care about any of that, if that's something you were worried about, that's where to go. And that is all. I want to say, I said this on stream, I want to say it again. This was a business decision. This didn't have anything to do with the members. This didn't have anything to do with anything that the business might have coming up, any specific decisions that they made. It wasn't like one thing or a specific thing that caused this. This was an overall, looking at everything in front of me, I wanted to make this decision, kind of decision, right?
There you go.
If someone tries to point out something, they think it's this, they think it's that, and I didn't explicitly say it myself, they made it up. They made it up. Okay? Have a good one, and I will see you on stream.
Literally, there might be absolutely nothing wrong with what's happening in VShojo. It's just that we as humans are just wired to see patterns in the end. I think that's most likely it. I think VShojo probably is alright, mostly anyway, and then it's just restricting to a degree with what people want to do. That's what I think.